What's up, everybody? It's your boy Clevey here. I just got a chance to check out the new film, Bright, and I thought it would be nice to come on here and just drop a couple of thoughts that I had here on the old chan. So if you didn't know, Bright is like Netflix's first foray into the major blockbuster film. Bigger budgets, bigger stars, hopefully better movies, but I guess we'll see. Bright is a movie starring Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, directed by David Ayer. It's kind of like if End of Days was done in the same universe as Lord of the Rings. You have two cops, one's a human, one's an orc, who come across a magic wand, which is like the most sought after thing in this universe. It can grant wishes. It can also bring a lot of devastation and world-ending power. Our two heroes need to keep it out of the wrong hands. Go. I think that the film has going for it in all is kind of the creation of this world. And this world, like I said, which is like this gritty cop drama, but done with these mystical fantasy elements, which is interesting. It's an interesting dynamic to see who is the oppressed people that are there, which are like the orcs. The elves are the very top of, the food chain, the rich and famous. The orcs are kind of the grunts of society, and humans are kind of in the middle. So in this movie, the best thing about it has got to be the acting. For how crazy this movie is in the world that they put it in, the actors are selling it, and they're doing a fine job. You have Will Smith, which is kind of just Will Smith being Will Smith, and instead of encapsulating this character, it's getting harder and harder as I think we grow older to see Will Smith not as Will Smith, but as the character that he's portraying. And that's just a thing that I think is going to happen in a lot of his movies now, where people are questioning if Will Smith, still has it. He definitely does. He's definitely still a great actor, but I think, like I said, now it's just getting to the point where you just see Will Smith in a thing and not Will Smith as a character. Not in that Johnny Depp way where he's become like a character of himself, but it's harder to take the famous face away when you see him on screen. Joel Edgerton also does a great job in this movie. He plays Orc Boy, Jacoby, that's what his last name is. And he is the first orc officer, and so he's kind of a tormented guy. He's not liked by the orcs because he went into the police academy. Of course, the humans don't like him because he's an orc. He's the one that's kind of like the character in the middle that's just trying to find his place. But he does a great job. Everybody looks great in there in this movie. The design of the orcs is cool. The elves' design is cool. They're all very high fashion. Humans, we look like fucking humans, I guess. The other thing that I will point out in this movie, which I thought was great, and David Ayer always does it very well, is the action scenes. You have a lot of explosions and stuff, and you have like the slow-mo Will Smith shooting the guns and stuff, and rotation. Camera angles are great, and it's gritty, and it's dark, and it's convincing in that world that it's in. When the magic stuff is happening, they have these very like vibrant, almost turning the screen into like this 3D looking type shot, which is cool to look at. The elves are pretty sick as fighters. Like, they're very, like, all over the place, jumping around, kung-fuing and shit. And it's pretty cool to watch. I'm a fan of the elven fighting style. Is it elven or is it elvish fighting style? The story as a whole is a little hard to follow in the very beginning. And the only reason that is because it is a brand new world and they're introducing so many things. So we have all the different races of people, and then in those races they have different legends and things that you kind of need to know about to make it all make sense. Like, there's different clans of orcs and there's different sects of elves, and so when they start talking about these different things, you kind of have to pause it and say, like, okay, who are we talking about here again? And it kind of gives off this vibe of like Remember that movie SWAT? Everybody who try or get me out of the jail and I'll give you $100 million. And so you have everybody that's trying to go after this one thing. As the story progresses, it does get easier and easier to follow. It is entertaining to watch. Like I said, there's great shots. There's great action scenes. I'm not checking my watch or anything. And I think this movie probably runs in at about an hour and 45 minutes or something, like almost 2 hours. I wasn't bored at all, which is a good thing. I think if you're going to watch it and not put too much like thought into it, it's not this grand epic thing. It's fine. Like, wrap your presents and watch it at the same time, and you'll get a kick out of it. And I gotta give it up to Netflix for having the testicular fortitude to just kind of give like these directors and new writers something to do, and just being able to let them put out their stories. These are new stories or original things that we haven't seen before. It's not invested in this big, comic book bubble thing that we have going on in the movie theaters. It's not Star Wars. It's not Marvel. It's just something that's new. I'm a big fan of Max Landis. I like how he puts stories together. Sometimes they come out a little bit better on paper than they're actually executed on the screen. But I like how out there that guy is. David Ayer, I think, is still a wonderful director. We all know there's mistakes in Suicide Squad, but I mean, like Fury and End of Watch, and he's got so much good stuff that I don't think this hurts him in any way. I don't think this hurts Will Smith in any way. It's just, it is what it is. It's its own thing. Just watch it. You can enjoy it. It's fine. But I want to know what you guys think. Did you check out Bright yet? Do you want to watch it now? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and click that little bell so you know when I put out a new video every time. If you hadn't had enough of me here, you can also find me anywhere else on the internet like Facebook, Instagram, or on the Stardust app where we be reviewing shit. Find me there and anywhere else at Cleve the Black Guy. That's CLEVETHEBLAC, no K. Guy. It's been my pleasure to check out Bright and share some opinions with you here on the old Chan. I've been Clevey. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Merry Christmas and peace out, world.